Okay, I'm going to go on. I've been understanding myself so far. There comes a point where it's a little harder for me to understand the different kinds of exchange and their representation. Wedge's paradigm assumes that there are only three basic kinds of exchange: barter, cash, and documented. To allow for these, the mirrors in the above drawing are made controllably reflectant. What is not offered for barter exchange may pass through the mirrors to a second pair of mirrors, which pass through the mirrors. Actually, I think I mean through the image, like a filter. Let's see. There's the mirrors. There's the mirrors. Okay. Oh, I see. No, that's right. Pass through the mirrors. They're controllably reflectant. Pass through the mirrors to a second pair of mirrors, which together compose a full exchangeable image for cash exchange on the side of the matrix opposite the side of barter exchange. So it would go through here and be reduced, I'll say about that in a second, to a set of mirrors here and here. And so once again, you've got a full image, composite image right there. Before arriving at the second set of mirrors, however, each view passes through a lens or reducer. This is conventional to save area in the top view drawing, but it is also analogous to many real steps, such as transforming in electrical lines or large quantity shipping, and distinguishes the channels for exchange. See the following drawing. All right, barter exchange, you saw that. However, energy, I'll say, whether it be a product or matter, work, could also go through and be offered for exchange in a cash economy, a cash exchange. An exchangeable image for documented exchange is produced. All right, you don't see that yet. For documented exchange, this would be cash with no documentation. That exchange. Produced by the same process with an additional pair of reducers and an additional pair of mirrors. All right, so here that would go through these reflectively or selectively reflectant mirrors to reduce, and now we've got another set of mirrors out here, and they send the image here through there, and there is an image of everything available to go to or from that homestead into a documented exchange. So here we've got a homestead and there a homestead, and they are exchanging through barter. Here's a homestead which would be involved in the exchange through cash, and here is a homestead which would be involved in exchange through the documented exchange system. So I called this homestead the broker, and here are his three clients. I think that makes sense. It gets harder and harder. Look at this. Energy flow routes of exchange among four homesteads. Top view. Oh, okay, I think that's coming there, yes. Oh, whoa. All right, before we look at that, the legend. This is a culture core. This is the matrix for energy flow routes internal to one homestead. The matter ring reaction slices, not plumb, and culture core. Partially, but controllably reflectant mirror, a filter mirror. This actually involves buying and selling. And here's where decisions about the value of something would occur. That it occurred to me actually quite late, recently. Side view of a matrix image, composite view of a matrix. This would be an exchangeable image, and an inter-exchange lens or transformer. Notes: the darkened areas represent space through which energy need not flow horizontally, structural space in an analog computer. Now, I just am no computer engineer, but I believe an analog computer is not digital, and it's actually sort of a physical representation. And if you could imagine all these tiny little wires, I think that would be an analog computer. I don't know. I mean, you're going to see that I go right out of my element here. The light areas represent horizontal energy flow channels. Two near parallel sides of the cache exchange and documented exchange channels may radiate from a center off the paper. Okay. The inclusion of a second barter exchange within a cache exchange requires cache exchange channel bridging of the documented exchange channel. One of the reasons I'm reading this is because it's out of focus, I know. Access to the documented exchange channel requires bridging through the cache exchange channel. The minimum unit, the quantum, to represent a homestead in this diagram is shown by a dark line around the western homestead. There it is. Energy flows described as horizontal actually must descend slightly into the paper. Shortwave radiation descends on the paper, and long and short, but in some longer wave radiation ascends from it. That's that terrestrial heat, as opposed to solar energy. Scale in the plane of the paper is geographic with steps in lenses. Scale in a plane perpendicular to the paper is entropic. Entropy, in other words, this would be lower entropy. At the bottom it would be higher entropy. Alright, here we've got the drawing. There's that unit. Here's the bridge. Here's the bridging that I'm talking about. You've got to bridge through that to get to this. This would be a barter exchange community. This would be a cache exchange community, mirrors in every case here. And this would be the documented exchange community. 4 homesteads with channels for horizontal flow of energy through 1, a barter exchange, 2, cache exchange, and 3, documented exchange. Top view. Alright, we'll see what comes next. I'm almost afraid to look. That's okay. The purpose of Wedge's paradigm. The purpose of Wedge's paradigm. The purpose of Wedge's paradigm is to solve the problem of how much land does it take to make a pound of cheese if you use a tractor powered by Arabian oil to harvest the required hay and grain, and a million problems like it. So far, all Wedge's paradigm can do is map the energy flows involved in this problem. Rates and information links are matters of detail. They will not change the paradigm. If these 20 pages are understood, Wedge's paradigm is basically understood. There is more, however. Let me see. I'll maybe pause at this point, but let's just take a peek. You know, I think I will pause here because this is kind of just some more things to explain. So that might be a good place to stop. So there'll be, I guess, one more day of this. Bye for now.